is time. It is time to brew your best beer. The 2017 SJPORR Challenge Gold sponsors: Bouncer, keeping the dregs out with their inline filter for homebrewers. The Brew Bag, simply the best way to brew great beer in your home. Yakima Valley Hops, with over 140 hop varieties available. Omega Yeast Labs, supplying homebrewers with high-quality yeast. And a special thanks to our silver sponsor, BrewTubers Online Brewers Club.
Hello and welcome to the first round 2 SJPORR 2017 competition beer review for the European beers. And we have here 53G-27F-34H, which is called Totally Monkeys. That's rather a nice label. There you go. Only 6%. There's not much more information about the beer here. So I suggest we get it in a glass. Ooh, it's slightly creeping up the bottle, so let's get it in quickly, but still quite gently. Okay, there's quite a lot of yeasty floaty bits in this, but these have only recently arrived, so I'm going to pause for a minute and let that settle out. Okay, back again. I think I've managed to get the worst of the yeast out, but it's been strange. It seems to have exaggerated the carbonation somewhat. It was already pretty highly carbonated, as demonstrated by the fact it was starting to crawl out of the bottle and was lifting the yeast, which obviously not helped by the fact it had just come out of the packaging. But yeah, quite a dramatic head. Let's get some aroma of this. I'm getting some gentle caramel, quite low aroma here. Gentle spiciness, a little bit of mustiness perhaps. Oh. And some phenolics. Yeah, some sort of clovey notes in the sort of phenolic range. This isn't supposed to have any adjunct, so I'd be surprised if it actually had bananas in it, even though it's called Totally Bananas. Yeah, after clearing it up, it's still hazy, but that was bound to happen. But it's sort of amber going on into pale brown. In the flavour, there's quite a lot of sweetness left. Some sort of brown sugar, some sort of medium coloured, medium cooked caramels. Not quite into toffee, but maybe a hint of the sort of lighter kind, the sort of chewy ones. There's not much in the way of hops, and the bitterness is very low. On the balance is very much the sweet side. There's a little bit of spiciness at the end. And you could almost just pull out banana in the flavour. Let me have another go. No, not really. I think that's my imagination from looking at the label here. What else is in there? There's still a slight the clove-like phenolic note. It's not going into the chlorophenolic side, the plasticky band-aidy thing. It's still clovey, which is slightly unusual. I'd have to go and reread the spec for this about what the yeasts were, whether that's something I'd expect or not. I thought it was an English ale yeast. I'll have to remind myself. What else about this? Overall, yeah, it's a drinkable beer. A pity that it was slightly overcarbonated, which, along with the fact it had just been shipped, seemed to lift the yeast off the bottom. I don't think that lost a lot in there. I mean, I'm purposefully disregarding the fact there's still some yeast floating in there. Yeah, it's just it's a perfectly solid drinkable beer, a little to the sweet side, well, significantly balanced to the sweet side. Could perhaps do with more bitterness to balance that out. There's no real description of what the brewer is trying to make here, so it's hard to say whether whoever made this actually hit the mark. But yeah, it's a perfectly drinkable beer. I'm sure I'll finish the bottle, and now I'm off to go and check the sheets for yeast are allowed and do some scoring. Cheers. See you in the next one.